Hello everyone, happy day wherever you are. I trust you're doing very well and I hope that your week is going well and smooth and positively. So today's tarot card reading is for August 22nd to the 23rd, today Tuesday. So prayed over the cards, shuffled the deck with love and light, and we have with us three incredible cards. So we have the Five of Swords, the Emperor, which is the number 4 in the deck. So followed with the Tower. So when I received these cards as our guidance and our message, it was really striking and remarkable because the Tower is a profoundly powerful card and it's very significant, and it doesn't pop up all the time because it represents radical change. So the theme for today is embracing the positive changes and evolution that you're going through. And it reflects the power of the solar eclipse from yesterday, and that we are going through a transition phase in our life. So starting with the Five of Swords, this card, it flipped over while I was shuffling and then it came up again. So that is definitely a sign from Spirit that I need to pay attention to it for us, for you. So the feeling today, the main impression that I took away from this amazing card is to walk away. And walking away primarily from an old way of being, and the way that you've used to define yourself and how you used to identify yourself, or how you are accustomed to viewing yourself. Letting go of something involving your behavior, your activities, the way that you describe yourself, and the way that you view yourself in the world, the work that you do, the roles that you assume, stepping into a new place into your life, and releasing the attachments with identifying with the way you used to be. Such as, if you've been doing the same work for the past 5 or 10 years, now is the time for us to consider a shift, because you're different from who you used to be, and what you've done in the past does not have to define and remain true for the rest of your life. It can, if it brings you great joy and you feel that it's 100% aligned with who you're being and being authentic at this point in time. But there's something powerful in this card about walking away from a situation, walking away from whatever this means for you. I know that it touches and resonates in your heart, so you know what it is that you need to walk away from. So it's a concept, it's a definition of self, it's a way of viewing yourself, it's a way of identifying and describing yourself and your place in the world. And laying down your swords. So for instance, the swords represent our intellect and our thoughts and process and our mental life. And so these swords that are on the ground, they are the way that you've used to face the world, and the way that you've used to defend yourself in the world, the way that you've sort of staked your place, and the way that you've staked your claim as to, this is me, my ego, this is what I stand for, this is how I make my money, this is how I engage with others. So now it's a matter of laying down those swords, which are now potentially just limitations to stepping into a new you, a better you, an enhanced you. You're already perfect. And as you go through your life, it's about evolution. So consider in what direction you're evolving. How can you release that old relationship? If you want your old partner back, perhaps now is the time for you to see yourself in a new way, and to be really honest and sincere, and to know that, hey, like, that's in the past, that's who I used to be. I can't pine for someone who, number one, isn't available to me. Number two, the universe clearly has indicated that this is not in alignment with our mutual agreement. And thirdly, I've changed, because you have changed. If you're listening to this, it means you have changed, and that you're open to that, despite whatever resistance and small hesitations that we all experience. we are ready for that change on a very profound level. So now is the great opportunity for us to walk away from what we used to be and looking back in appreciation. And even if you need to, curiosity about how far you've come, all the amazing changes that have happened in your life, so that you can now move ahead with a new vision. And the vision is not going to be 100% clear right now. And this is where our trust and faith in ourselves comes into play. So that is extremely powerful. And then that is followed up with the Emperor. So that is an energy of a person, but also an establishment, a power, a controlling figure, an institution, a source of authority and responsibility, structure, decision-making, power, decisiveness. So it has a dual message. On the one hand, it's about you claiming the power and stepping onto your throne, but it's also a matter of shifting your identification with a certain establishment and your alliance to one way of doing things in the world. And that is going to be toppled. It's going to be changed. Why? Because of the Tower. And because you know this in your heart, that there's a change that needs to happen, that you feel excited about. It's a positive, beneficial change, even if it feels uncomfortable, even if you don't know how it's going to all fall in place, but it will fall in place. Trust that you can take care of today for today, and tomorrow will take care of itself. It will bring its own worries. And so the Tower represents a radical change, a new shift, a new vision, a new direction, and it's going to come as well from the without. And yet the without reflects what's going on within us. So notice how the universe and the world around you is reflecting the changes you're having in consciousness, the changes that you're having in your sense of self, the personal changes. Maybe you notice some shifts in relationships and in the way you express and communicate. Because there is a sudden, positive, remarkable change. And it will vary from each person's life condition. So for you, it will be very particular to what you're going through. For some, it could be leaving the relationship. For others, it could be stepping into a new relationship that you feel really good about. But with the Tower, it has a definite spirit of a radical shift or a new change. You know, it's about toppling something. So consider for yourself in your life, what is being toppled at this point in your life? What is being overthrown? Right? What limiting beliefs are being overthrown? What attachments are being overthrown? But mostly, what identification are you overthrowing? Because that is the new direction you're going into, away from that element or entity or establishment that no longer reflects the vision forward. And just feeling thankful and appreciative for all the opportunities that you've been presented in life to learn and evolve and move ahead. And knowing that every change brings with it positive outcomes. Regardless of when they come through bit by bit. Some immediately in large fashion, obviously. Others come through with some time as you change with the situation. And the feeling is also that we need to walk away, shift into a new vision of yourself, be open to the change, be open to the shift, and be ready to release something because we need to make space for something new, right? Because if your cup is already full of water, then you don't need to refill it. But then if you don't drink that water, it just stays there and it becomes stagnant and old. It loses its vitality and full potential to satisfy you. But when you drink it at the right time, you replenish yourself, the bottle is empty, and then you can refill it with a new substance. And that substance could be the same water, but it will be a new energy. So consider for yourself, how can you shift into a new space in your life, bring that more excitement, that greater fulfillment and satisfaction by allowing things to be released and let go, and walking away, letting it go, and being open to a new vision forward. So it's a really exciting change. It's very profound. It's very exhilarating and thrilling. So I'm just so excited for all of us. So again, releasing things that need to be let go of and harnessing that power within you. So let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear your experience with today and these days of evolution. And I will be coming back to us very soon with our next reading. And if you want to book a private reading, send me the message and we'll get you started right away. Thank you for joining, and I'm sending you lots of love and light and wishing you a blessed day. Take care.